The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 5, Chapter 103, Hero Conference End. I reject this sudden acquisition in a loud voice. Weapon copy? There was nothing written about this in the help screen. I've been in this world for 4 months. I have committed the contents of the help screen to heart. From this person's explanation, it seems he modified all of his weapons the second he got them. Now, Fumi, you didn't even know that? I'm surprised you survived until now. Damn, it's pissing me off. This person's eyes are pissing me off. No wonder I was getting nothing but strange shields. I never got any normal shields like Iron Shield or Round Shield or Buckler. I didn't think it was strange. Did you find that function on your own? More like, isn't it common sense to use the weapons from the weapon store? The weapons were weak at first, so I obviously visited the store. Now that I think about it, I had previously decided to leave my shield as it was and had equipped a sword. At that time, system warning. To the holder of the legendary weapon, you have tried to equip a weapon besides your legendary weapon had popped up. At that time, I had realized that I couldn't equip any weapons. I received a system warning, but weapon copy never came up. Of course. My head was starting to hurt. Of course, I am the shield. But the first thing any adventurer looks for should not be a shield. I already had a basic shield, so I looked for a one-handed sword or anything else I could use as a weapon. Is that why I never notices? To advance the conversation, Ren, why did you already know which monsters to hunt advance your weapon? To advance. How? Isn't it common sense to check the identity of your drops? Drop? In normal net games, monsters do drop items that had no relation to the actual parts of the monsters. The store also had some high quality items. They also had plenty of ingredients. It really gave off the feeling that I was in another world. Yep, there were also a lot of useful items within the monster drops. It seems that a lot of useful information is coming out one after the other, and it seems that it applies to all the weapons. It feels like the first time I came into this world. The feeling is unpleasant. Preparing equipment was basic and then comes learning skills, correct? For argument's sake, please explain in greater detail. It feels like these people are teaching it as if it's common sense. I'll strengthen my heart and inquire further. Once you acquire recipes and skills, if you feed them to your weapon, the system makes them for you. If you do it enough times, the weapon learns the skill by itself. The system does it by itself? What the hell? It seems that it will still boost effects if you make it by hand, but as long as you have the recipe, the weapon makes it by itself? So the reason Moriyasu had holy water was because he made it himself? And it seems the materials come from monster drops. The drawback is that the weapon can only store items made from drops. It really lightens the load. It seems that the system has some shortcomings, but I lived with all the benefits. To think I would be getting so much useful information, I lived without, right? I motion for Shadow to take notes. Regarding hunting grounds, we'll need to set some ground rules. Right, we could divide by level, but the monsters will probably be the same across the islands. We need to make sure our hunting grounds don't overlap. Correct. Well then, is there anything else? I pound this information into my head as I listen quietly. Then I'll tell you my special method of becoming stronger. Hitsuki sticks his chest out and begins talking. In this world, the rarity of equipment is everything. After that is money. If you don't build these up from the beginning, there is no point. What a blatant lie. To mix in a lie after starting off with a true statement, you really are the worst. And all of a sudden, Ren and Asuki Moriyasu are in a disagreement. In one sentence, the atmosphere had deteriorated. What are you going on about? This is definitely the truth. No, it's a lie. Yeah, you really are a liar. No, I never lie. Itsuki's behavior is clearly different from before. It's not the same behavior as when he was defending his lie. He currently seems to be genuinely angry. Well, Itsuki had been called a liar for the whole meeting. Getting mad is understandable. I suddenly remember something. Now that I think about it, Itsuki, you seem to gather this gem quite often. I take out the gem that Rishia handed me and place it on the table. Yes, this is useful in strengthening weapons. Refining, huh? Well, it is a game-like system. It's important to strengthen your weapons to their limits. I bet there are risks of failure. Please tell us all the details truthfully, Moriyasu warns him. There is no failure. No failure? What does that mean? I don't get it. What are you talking about? There can't be such a convenient gem. For a while, you've been doing nothing but deny me. Ren, please explain it to him. Me? Fine, I'll tell the truth to Naofumi. Why am I being singled out? But it's the truth that I want to know. In this world, level is everything. As long as you raise your skill level, things will work out. Lies are not good. Yes, please stop lying with a straight face. So which is it? Now, Fumi, it seems like you're getting nothing useful out of these people, so I'll especially tell you. To strengthen your weapons, you must increase your proficiency with them. Proficiency? Yes, if you use the same weapon for a long amount of time, it will get stronger, and when a weapon becomes obsolete, you can convert that proficiency into energy and transfer it. Storing energy unleashes extreme powers. This is most important. Why are you lying in the heart of the moment? He. Don't be bothered by these people. All that's important is rarity. In normal games, low-level rare items would lose out in a game, but the legendary weapons are different. Just by listening to these people makes me want to try out different things. However, everything they say is a mystery. I don't know what to believe. What a guy. He can say such lies with a cool face, Moriyasu derides Ren. Yes, you shouldn't listen to him. He's lying. I really don't know what is going on. What should I do? First, open your weapon tree and check your weapon proficiency. As told, I open my weapon tree and look at the Chimera Viper shield, a shield I use quite often. I see the normal status window. What am I supposed to check? Nothing's happening. There's nothing, but... So it was a lie. It's not like I believed him, but this guy is also a liar. Weapon copy also seems dubious. That can't be. I know what you're doing. You're just making me out as a liar. I also don't have that function. Me neither. It wasn't written out in the help section. What? Never mind. The me that tried to help you was an idiot. Ren makes a dejected face and sits back in his chair. The usually cool Ren has taken quite a bit of damage. I have to assume that everything they told me is a lie. It wasn't written in the help, so... I was still in the middle of my conversation. To strengthen the equipment, you take energy from items and then you add percentage points to the equipment through the enchantment. Like 10% up attack? Yes, this process takes up a lot of time, but there's a 0% chance of failure. That's a lie. You're giving Nofumi knowledge from a separate game. And I'm saying it's not a lie! By absorbing items dropping from monsters into your weapons, we can increase our stats. This applies to all forms of the legendary weapons, like increasing the level of another job. So that's why Itsuki was mentioning monsters and percentages earlier. To even lie to Fido, he is quite thorough. Yes, they keep saying bullcrap, so let's leave Ren and Itsuki outside and move on to me. I don't really want to hear it. It seems everything I've heard so far has been a lie. I figured it out, by the way. They all work on different systems. So the curse series is something specific to Naofumi. The other guy can, one of them gets the weapons, and the other guy uses gems. Whatever. To be blunt, this world is all about strengthening weapons. Using your equipment to the utmost level is exponentially more important than level. As long as you get status bonuses, you can overcome level gap. Even a terrible weapon can be strong if upgraded. That's a large lie. Let me continue, Nofumi-san. Moriyasu starts talking to me out of nowhere. Its changes based on the weapon, but you can use a special gem to enchant weapons. In the original Emerald Online, there was a chance of losing the weapon, but for legendary weapons, that chance is 0. There's no such system. Yeah! This has turned into nothing but shouting match. Shadow also seems to be troubled. I'm just as troubled as Shadow. It's all about the status enchantment. If you feed your weapon the souls of different monsters, the effect is different. If you fight the same enemy for a while, you get attack bonuses against that enemy. Please stop it already. Yeah, you're speaking of a different game. Ren and Itsuki shout at Moriyasu in loud voices. For the love of... Why must you all speak such lies? That would be you! Hello, Mr. Pot. Can I introduce you to Mrs. Kettle? Sorry to intrude, but I'm beginning to see the connection. It seems that Ren, Itsuki, and Moriyasu have seen different things. Could it just be that each weapon works on a different system? Yes, it seems that way. It's the same for what happened with my skills. That makes sense, but Itsuki, we haven't confirmed whether or not you were lying. But that means that none of this information will help me. And the conversation was back on track. Well, these people got genuinely angry, so I guess they weren't lying. They had nothing to gain by lying here anyways. This meeting was organized by the Queen to help combat the wave anyways. Well, last is me. Yes, you haven't said anything for a while, so now tell us everything. I have taken no responsibility in whether or not he lies or not. These people. First, what do you want to hear? Why are Raphtalia and Fido so strong? Having these people understand my abilities may save my life one day, so I just tell them the truth. Yes, that is the bonus from the Slave User and Monster User Shield series. They speed up the growth of monsters and slaves. They pretty much increase the stat gain, and the effects are quite potent. Fido also gets bonuses from Fido Real Shield series. Should I also tell them about the Ohoge class-up item? There was no such classes in Shield users of my game. I agree. An ability that convenient comes close to cheating. Where did you get such a shield? Cheating, huh? Well, I can't argue with that. I got Slave User Shield when I absorbed the ink used for making the Slave Shield. I got the Monster User Shield by absorbing the egg Fido was born from. Well, if you can prove your absorption ability, we will believe you. He may be lying. Say what you will. Then next, when fighting the Pope, your battle's abilities were surprisingly high. I've never seen such an ominous shield in my games. Itsuki is staring at me with doubting eyes. How troublesome. Where did you get that power? No, let me rephrase that. Where did you meet God? What? Where did you meet God and get that power to cheat? In the forums of my game, I have read about a user who was able to meet God and gain that ability. Answer me. You, even if it's a joke, you shouldn't go that far. He did meet the god of Fiorials, almost. Uh, since coming to this world, I have met such much misfortune, but phrases that annoy me to this extent are rare to come across. I'm not cheating! For the shield to have that much attack power, you must be cheating. Ren and Moriyasu nod. Where did you get that power? If you were able to obtain it, our powers... If we were able to obtain it, our powers would increase exponentially. Please tell us. He had already assumed that he is correct. I'm getting a bit angry. You don't think I could have gotten the power through honest effort? Like hell. He believes that the shield will always remain weak. It's a legendary weapon. There's no way it can be as weak as he believes. I just earnestly raised my stats and unlocked new shields and made use of the powerful curse series. That takes a toll on my body every time I use it. Yet this person is asking where I obtained the ability to cheat. That shield originated from a shield called the Shield of Rage and evolved into a series called the Curse series. The conditions under which it appears are uncertain, but it manifests whenever my rage crosses a certain boundary. I got it when I first fought Moriyasu. At that time, I was swallowed by an uncontrollable rage. I can't imagine what would have happened if Raftalia hadn't been there to restrain me. Isn't it written in the help? That shield requires a high price. I wonder if you would be able to control it. By the way, all of my stats beside defense have been halved since I used that skill on the Pope. Ren's eyes looked like they were going through the help, and as expected, he says, there's no such item in here. No, it's written in mine. Well, only after I unlocked the Shield of Rage. Maybe it only appears after you've unlocked it. Did your net games contain such potent cursed items? Nope, it also did not shields that need compensation to work. If you're going to lie, you need to make it more believable, like Moriyasu or Ren. Itsuki's comment pushes Ren to the limit. He stands up, points at Itsuki, and says, You're one to talk, you compulsive liar! What? Aren't you the one constantly putting up a cool facade? Yeah. And you're a skirt-chasing idiot. Do you plan to self-destruct in defending another woman? What you say? And Itsuki, his shield may absorb things, but you have your meat shield to do that for you. They're absolutely necessary. And do you plan to act like this in a game and play hero? Death is the end. If death isn't absolute, then why do you people pursue me when I had that death warrant? I don't believe it's a game to that extent. I thought that only heroes could kill other heroes. That I would be able to kill you since you became a demon lord. What a convenient brain you've got there. Are you sure you haven't played too many games that your brain is rotten? You might have thought that it was a game event, but what you were trying to do was simple murder. The you that came under suspicion is at fault, and I don't believe it was an event. Right, it's fine if you see this as an event, but you see us as nothing but villains. Ren, do you plan on saying more, or do you plan on having it out with this hypocrite Itsuki more? Who do you think you are, this world's savior? If God has sent you to punish me, then I would like to go and kill that God. If this world had a God, I want to smack the hell out of him. He dropped me into this living hell. Don't outsource for heroes. What are you saying to the God who made this wonderful world? I won't offer my thanks to someone who has such a dubious existence. From here to the end of the meeting, I don't really remember. What followed was a long stream of verbal abuse. Shadow tried to get the meeting back under control, but it was already way past the point of no return. The first one to get fed up and leave with Itsuki, Ren soon followed. Finally, Moriyasu drudged off. So this whole thing was pointless because they can't, help each other because they all work on different systems. And, of course... Nofumi's is the absolute best because, he can help out his comrades, which, he's kind of built for because he's the shield. He's supposed to protect his comrades, so his shield can have skills that help his comrades. Also, curse is cool. Yep. Or they all have these systems, they just don't know how to unlock them or haven't unlocked them yet. Maybe. I don't know.